What's going on, everybody? David here, another travel video. We're going to talk about Barranquilla, so Carnaval de Barranquilla. I'll be going there in next week. So next week this time, I should be at the airport. I should actually be on the plane, just getting ready to take off. So I want to talk a little bit about Carnaval and pretty much I've never done this before, okay? I've never gone to any carnival, so I don't really know what to expect. So that's one of the reasons why I'm on here. Hopefully, we have some people that have gone to carnival that come into the live stream, and maybe we can talk a little bit about carnival. But I'll kind of explain to you my plans while I'm there, where I'll be going from, Barranquilla to Medellin, and then we'll also. I think tomorrow I am going to do a live stream tomorrow, so Saturday, and I'll kind of lay out exactly how I got there. So I don't know how much detail. I mean, I have the information, but I need to be able to. I think I'm going to actually have to make a separate video, not a live stream, but a separate video on exactly how I use my points. But I'll tell you how I use my points on this video, and then I might do some like screenshots, and then I can show you the different. Different screenshots so you guys can actually see how many points I used and all that, and where I'll be staying and all that kind of stuff. I'll put that on there as well, just so you guys can see the different hotels and stuff that are available. One thing that I did find out, well, I knew about Hyatt already when it came to Barranquilla, but they don't have very many like American name hotels. Let's just say there were a few, but they didn't have very many. I was actually shocked that I don't believe I saw any Marriott property in that area. The only thing I saw was Hilton, and they had Holiday Inn Express. So that was it. How you doing, Nika, baby? And I got to say, how you doing, Nika? It just sounds like, we're a thing when I say Nika baby, which isn't bad, whatever. But it sounds funny. Let's see, Easy, how you doing? When you guys come in the chat, just let me know that you're here. That way, I know everything is working properly, and we will get started momentarily. Walker, how you doing? Yeah, we'll get started momentarily. So yeah, one thing that I did notice about let's see, here comes the troll. You're not a troll, Walker. So one thing I did notice is they don't have very many hotel chains there, which is it caused me some problems, and I'm gonna lay this all out tomorrow because I want to get my words together, okay? Because I'm actually a little upset about how the whole hotel thing is working out. Hopefully I won't have any issues. But when I'm staying in new locations, and I don't know if I talked about this before, but when I'm staying in new locations, I like to stay, the first time, if I'm traveling alone, the first time I like to stay at a hotel chain that I'm familiar with. And that's just mainly because of location. I know the location is probably going to be pretty decent. If it's a major hotel, they're probably in a decent area. So that's one thing. And then the other thing is, I'm just familiar with everything, like as far as the hotels. Like I said, Hyatt's, they're pretty much, the whole design and everything in a Hyatt is pretty much the same wherever you go in the world. So I like that. The Hiltons, for the most part, they're hit and miss with Hiltons, but they're still pretty much the same. So I know what I'm getting. I don't like getting in a situation where I'm staying in a hotel that's like very small, just maybe only that hotel. You guys understand. It's not a chain hotel, and you stay there, and you don't know what the expectations are. You don't know what's going on with your booking and all that stuff. So I'm going to lay all this out tomorrow when I do a live stream. I'm going to come back on tomorrow. The plan is to come on at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and I'm just going to talk about this whole thing because I ran into some issues with my room booking and all that stuff. And it was pretty frustrating. I had to call down and call the hotel. Actually, call where I booked it, and then because I booked it through third party, and I very rarely do that, booking through a third party, but I did in this situation because, like I said, you had two hotels. You have the Holiday Inn Express, which was booked up, and then you had the Hilton, and that was it. And the rest of the hotels are little small chain hotels, which I have no idea what to expect when it comes to these hotels. I ended up booking one of those hotels, just so you know. So we're gonna have to see how this works. I'm hoping it's okay, but yeah. And worst case scenario, it's 4 days that I'll be in Barranquilla, so it's okay. I can get through 4 days. Let's hope there won't be any major issues. But then I'll be going to Medellin, and I'll be there for another 4 or 5 days. So, yeah. All right, so we're going to talk about that. But first, I do want to look at a card, and this is for all the beginners, people who are just getting started. The card that I recommend, and I've talked about this before, the Chase Sapphire Preferred card. I just kind of want to go over the reasons why I think it's great for people who are just starting out, because there are a lot of cards out there, a variety of different cards. So why would you choose a Chase Sapphire Preferred over another card? So we're going to go over that. And then after that, then we'll talk a little bit about Carnaval. And then I want, if you guys have been to different carnivals all around the world, what have you, just let me know what your experience has been. And so, like I said, this is an impromptu. I'm not working tonight, obviously, but I'm usually working at this time, so I never do a live stream Friday nights. But in this situation, hey, I have some time. I worked this morning, so now I have some available time. So why not get on? And just to let you guys know, I love actually doing these live streams. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I still do my regular videos, so that's good. But I don't know, just something about the interaction, the community where I can talk back and forth. And there's a lot of people on here that I I'm familiar with because I talk with them all the time when we do the live streams, which I really appreciate you guys coming on. So that I'm liking the live stream. And it's better than when I put out a video, and then after the video, a couple days later, or maybe even that same day, people go in the comments and write things and stuff like that, and then I can answer them back and forth. It just feels so distant. When you're doing a live stream, everything is right there. People have questions, they put it out there. People have answers to other questions, they put it out there. People have answers to the questions that I might have, they put it out there. And we can just go back and forth. Right there. So I like that. I really like that a lot. So this is only, I think, like the second month in that I've been doing live streams. So there's a lot that I need to learn, and there are a lot of different things that I will do like in the future, as far as like all the different little bells and whistles and stuff, the stuff that I'm not using right now. I'm going to start learning how to do all that stuff so we can have little things going on in the background. So let me switch over to this. So let's see who else is in the chat. Let's see. Okay, so we okay, Clintus, how you doing? That guy, what's going on? So yeah, we'll talk about the Chase Sapphire Preferred. I know you guys probably already know about this card, but I just want to kind of give you my input. So my experience with the Chase Sapphire Preferred, and then we'll go into the chat. We'll talk a little bit about the chat, or what's in the chat, and then I'll talk a little bit about Carnaval, just kind of what my plans are, what I want to get out of it, because I think just now I'm really focusing myself on certain things when it comes to travel. Like, I enjoy going and traveling the world and all that, but there's certain things that I want to accomplish when I travel. And I'll talk a little bit about that as well. Okay, so let's look at the card real quick, and I'm just going to kind of give you my input when it comes to this card. All right, so those of you who, like I said, who are new when it comes to Chase, comes to any travel reward credit card, I think this is the ideal card for you. And the main reason for that, well, there are a few things. And a lot of people think, okay, well, I want to get if I'm just starting out, I'm going to get a 0 annual fee card. And that's okay. It's a safe way to go. But when I look at it, and I say this over and over again, as long as you can get $95 of value out of this card, then get a card that's a $95 annual fee, because you're going to get more benefits. You're going to be able to earn faster, and there are benefits with this card that you're not going to get with the zero annual fee card. So you do need to invest a little money in order to get the better benefits and really kickstart your points, because you get a nice bonus with this card. So it'll really kickstart your using points. You get some of the zero annual fee cards, and they give you 15,000 points or 25,000 at the most in most situations, and it doesn't really kickstart you. So you get 50,000, you can do a lot with 50,000. And so that's why I recommend this card over a lot of the other cards. Now, why Chase? Why the Chase Sapphire Preferred over? Because when I first started out with the travel credit cards, I was thinking, okay, I'm going to get an airline card. That's the best value, or the best way to go. Get an airline card because you want to fly places, right? And so the problem with airline card, most airline cards that I've seen, the earn possibility with those cards is usually not very good. You're not going to get unless you're flying with them and you're paying, you're forking out the money to fly with them every time. You're not going to get that. The value is not going to be that good. So that's just been my experience. That's what I've seen. And then you're stuck. You're kind of stuck with that airline, with the whatever it is, American Airlines. So we'll use that as an example, because that's the first card that I got. It's the second card that I got. The first card I got was the City Premier card, and then right after that, then I went with the American Airlines card. And I just thought that's the way you do it, right? You get these because I want to travel, so get that card. So that's what I did. But now you have points that are just with American Airlines. You can use their partners, the One World partners. You can use their partners, but you can't transfer it to hotels. You can't transfer it anywhere else. You're pretty much stuck with the points that you have in that account. So the benefit of a Chase Sapphire Preferred card is the fact that you can transfer your points to different outlets. I can transfer it over to a hotel. If I want to stay at a Hyatt, I can transfer it to Hyatt. If I want to stay at IHG, I personally wouldn't transfer points to IHG because the value is so low. You need so many points in order to book a room at an IHG property. So you're taking points from a good system and you're putting it into IHG, where you're going to need so many points. It's just not going to make sense. If you really want to stay at an IHG property, then I would, in this situation, recommend getting that card for that purpose. But that would be another card on top of the Chase Sapphire Preferred, because I think that should be your standard. Like the first card you get, that should be the card that you get. So that's kind of the way I see it. Now let's look at some of the benefits of this card. That way it will make a little bit more sense why I think this is the best card. So you need to spend $4,000 within the first 3 months in order to get the 50,000 bonus points. Now $4,000, that could be pretty steep for some people, and when you're just looking at it on paper, I know when I first looked at $4,000 on paper, I'm thinking that's a lot of money. I don't know if I can spend that in 3 months. I found that in my experience, it's not very hard to spend $4,000 in 3 months, as long as you're using that card for the majority, like all of your purchases. If you're using that $4,000, if you're using that card, you're probably going to hit that $4,000 in most situations. Now I don't know what everyone's financial situation is. I'm single, spending money just kind of everyday on everyday things. You can't really. I mean, there are ways that people figure out if they want to pay their mortgage or pay rent, they can figure out how to do that and do it in a way where they can use their credit card to do it, is what I'm saying. Now, you can't, in most situations, you can't just pay your mortgage with a credit card. They won't allow you to do that. But if you kind of go through some loopholes, there are ways to do it. Now, in certain situations, you might have to pay a fee in order to use your credit card in order to do it. So you might have to go roundabout and pay a little extra. But if it means that much to you to hit that minimum spend, which is 50,000 bonus points that you're looking at, then maybe it makes sense. But for me, I don't have to do any of that. Just my normal spend. I can easily spend $1,200, $1,300 a month and hit that overtime. Is that enough actually? 1,300, 1,350 or 1,330, $1,330, something like that. That's bare, like that's really cutting it close. But I found that I'm able to do it. Now, another thing that you can think about is if you're going to get plan ahead. So just think about, okay, I'm going to need to make a big purchase soon, or I have a family member that is going to make a big purchase soon. So if you know that's coming down the road, then it's a good time to get the card. And then let's say you need to buy a new refrigerator or buy something, and it's going to cost a couple thousand. You already have the money. Like I said, you need to already have the money in the bank. I can't express that enough. Have the money in the bank. The only reason you're using this card is to maximize your point, like to get points. That's the only reason that you're using it. You're not using it for anything else. You're leveraging your good credit and your credit card in order to earn points, and then you're just paying that credit card off. So you're never letting the creditors have an opportunity at your money, I guess you could say. When you go to, I think of it the same way as when I go to a casino, or you go to a casino and you're gambling, and you get all the perks and stuff like that. They give you the free meals and the hotel stay and all that. Well, they're doing that because you're giving them an opportunity at your money. Is the way it works, and they have a benefit, right? Or benefit. They have leverage over you already. Like the numbers are in their favor to get your money, and so they're okay with it. So if you bring $1,000 to gamble, actually it's probably like 10,000 if you want to be one of those people that get the free rooms and stuff like that. They know that they're going to probably get a percentage of that because it's just the way the numbers go. They have the advantage. And so that's how the casinos work. Now the credit card companies do the same thing. They know that if they give you an opportunity, either you're going to slip up or they're going to find a way in order to get some of that money and interest from you. And they're making money if you're using the card because they're charging these companies that accept Visa or accept American Express. So they're making money on that end, and then they're also making money on you if you don't pay it all off in full like you should do. So that's how that all, that's how that all plays out. But for the most part, $4,000, it might be a little steep for some people. If it is, then just wait, and then when you have a large purchase that you need to make, go ahead and use that. And if you have family members, one of the things that is like a selling point, like family members, a selling point is, hey, you get additional insurance. Like I can't remember the exact way that it works, and I have not used this yet, but they do have this on here where you can extend your warranty on something that you purchase by 1 year. If it's a year warranty, manufacturer warranty, then you can extend it another year by using this card. Now I've never done that before. If someone in the chat used it before, please let me know and just put it in the chat. I've never used it before, but they do always promote that. So that's something you can tell your family. Hey, you know what? You can get an additional year of warranty if you let me use my credit card, and then you just pay me the cash. So that works. Or if your family members are going on a trip and they need to book they're going through a travel agent or they're going through online, whatever, it doesn't matter. They're going to book something. Hey, I'll book it for you. Just give me the cash, and then I'll pay it off. You go to a restaurant with coworkers, or you go to a restaurant with your family, and I'm talking like a large group, and you pick up the tab, everybody gives you the money. So you can do things like that and be creative, and in that sense you can earn points. And it's funny, my ex-girlfriend, she used to get really upset because, and this is way back, this is back before I knew anything about points or anything like that, but her uncle, we would go, large group, probably 10 to 15 of us for birthdays and stuff like that. Large group of us, and he would always pay. He'd use his American Express card. But like I said, I didn't know anything about it. Like, that was all foreign to me. But he would always pay, and then everyone puts their money in, and then he would just take the cash. Well, he's doing that. At the time I didn't know, but he's doing that because he's getting points, as well as people are really like especially when you're with a large group, everyone overpays. Like when you sit at the table, like when it comes down to, okay, let's divvy out the bill, and then people start looking, and they just throw 20s in there. Everybody's throwing 20s in there, and you're using your card to pay it off. Most people overpay because they're putting their money in for their meal, plus they're putting money in for the tip, and then when it comes down to you, actually the tip was already included in like if it's a large group. But usually people overpay, so you can probably, I don't do this myself, but you could probably get away with your meal being a lot less than, because everyone else is putting money in and you're putting it on your card and you're taking the cash and then you're paying your credit card that way. So just different ideas when it comes to the $4,000, because I know people look at that and they might think, I can't, especially if you're just starting out. You don't really know if you're going to be able to hit that 4,000. And it's imperative that you hit that 4,000 in the first 3 months so you get the 50,000 bonus points. If you don't get the bonus points, it's not worth it to get the card. So I always I hit that bonus usually within the first 2 months. I don't even give that third month. I don't even let that third month come up. I don't want to wait till the last minute to where I'm like, oh, I hope I got there and not know. So I always hit it within the first 2 months. And usually what I do is I have the cards that I need and the cards that I want. So the cards that I'm getting now are just cards that you know what, it would be nice if I got an airline card, or United Explorer card. It would be nice because I'm planning on flying United more. So why not get that card? But so I can wait, and I can wait, just like I was telling you guys, I can wait till I need something, a large purchase, and I have the cash, and then just get the card at that point, and then book it. My family members we're all going to Hawaii in June, and I'm of course using points in order to get there. But my other family, my parents, they're going to be flying out there, and so my parents are old-fashioned. They don't do the online, like they won't get online and do the booking. They have to do the whole calling in to a travel agent and going that route, because they don't want any mix-ups or any problems or anything like that. And I try to tell them, hey, well, it's cheaper usually when you get online because you're not paying for that travel agent fee and all that stuff. But yeah, they're set in their ways, right? So they call in. So I'm gonna use my card to get that, and then they'll reimburse me. So that stuff like that, if you can, certain events that come about, then you can use it and hit that $4,000. Okay, so let's move on. And we talked about it's a $95 annual fee. However, it is waived the first year, so you don't have to pay anything the first year. You get a taste for the card, feel for the card, see if you like doing the whole points thing. It's not for everyone, I will tell you that. And you might be really uncomfortable, and I was very uncomfortable when I first started using the card. How you doing, Mark? When I first started using the card, I was very uncomfortable because it was a credit card, and I had my whole preconceived notions. And I have credit cards. I had credit cards prior to that, but I never used them the way that I use this card. Like, I'm using the card every day. What am I doing? Like, I have a debit card. Why not use that? So that was just my whole thought process. Oh, I don't want to go over and have to pay interest, and of course I didn't want to do that, but then I'm still nervous because I'm using the card so much that what if I can't pay it all off in the first 2 weeks, then in a 2 week period. So all those things go in your mind. I've been doing it now for 2 years, and now I have the system, I have it set up. So I know exactly where my spending should be, and I make sure I pay it off every month. And I haven't had any issues or anything like that with not paying it. Some of the other things with the card that I really like. Now, we've talked about this before, the whole travel portals. I personally don't recommend using travel portals unless you have no flexibility. If you have no flexibility, then And when I say no flexibility, I mean you need to fly. I need to fly out tomorrow, and it needs to be before noon, and I'm going to this destination, and I don't want any stops. Then you get on the portal and you look to see what's available. But if you have flexibility, if you have the opportunity to say, yeah, you know, I can do a layover, 3-hour layover or 4-hour layover, then transfer those points to United, transfer them to another airline, and then use the points there. You're going to get much better value, especially if you want to fly business class or first class. Okay, so they're showing you here this whole portal. This is the value at the portal. So it says that $625 towards travel when you redeem through Chase Ultimate Rewards. So they're just telling you that $625, if you get on the portal, that's kind of your value that you can get with the portal. But like I said, that $625, I can double or triple that if I transfer it to one of the partners. And when I say double or triple it, let's say I transferred let's say 25,000 points is what it'll cost me to fly to New York. But it happens to be a time where the airline tickets are more expensive because there's an event going on in New York or something. So now that same ticket that's 25,000 points for an economy seat has jumped up to $1,000 or even $1,500, just depending on what's going on. So if I book it early enough and they have an award seat available, I get in there, 25,000 points. So now it's like 25,000 points is equivalent to it's equivalent to bare minimum $250. But in this situation, what is it, $312 or something like that, $312.50 is the value of that 25,000. But I'm flying to New York, a round trip ticket. You generally can't get a round trip ticket for $300 coming from Los Angeles for $300 from Los Angeles to New York at any time. But if I can use that 25,000, which is equivalent to $312, and I'm flying to New York and back, and it's a high peak situation where there's something going on there, so it's more expensive. Let's say that ticket's $1,000. Well, that's the value that I'm getting out of this card. So I'm only going to spend 25,000 points, and I'm getting a ticket that's $1,000. So that's how that all plays out. All right. Am I frozen or what's this freeze? Do you freeze the ones? You suck. Okay, you guys must be talking about something. I will go in the chat in right after I'm done with this, and then we'll talk about some of the stuff in there. So if you guys have questions or anything like that, please post it in the chat, and we can talk about that. And we will be talking about Carnaval. For those of you who just came in, we'll talk a little bit about what my plans are and like what I want to get out of this trip. And I will be doing live streams when I'm there, whenever I can, when I have some free time. Most likely, it's probably going to be in the mornings. I know there's a little time difference. I think it's like 2 hours ahead of the time that I am, the time zone that I'm in right now. I think something like that. All right. So the earn possibility with this card. Now, this card is not going to give you the best earn possibility because it's not the top tier card, right? But you do get 2 points for every dollar spent at hotels, taxis, and trains. So that's good. It's a good travel card because you use it and you're going to get 2 points for every dollar spent pretty much when it comes to that. You get 2 points for every dollar spent dining, so at restaurants. And that includes like fast food and a lot of different places. Pretty much anywhere that serves food, you're probably going to be able to get that 2 points for every dollar spent. So that is a real good value, good earn. It's a good strong earn card. When I say strong, I mean they're a wide variety of different categories, and you should be able to you shouldn't have any issue getting points with this card. So that's how that all plays out. And then on all of the purchases, you're going to get 1 point for every dollar spent. Okay, some of the things that I really like, so no foreign transaction fees. So one thing that I like about cards, these credit cards, you don't have to bring that much cash when you travel. And that I like that because, and I have a buddy travels with me. He likes to just bring all of his cash. He doesn't use credit cards very often. He has a couple of credit cards. As a matter of fact, he has the top tier American Airlines card, the Admiral, whatever that card is called. He got that card, and just like I said, and I tried to talk him out of it and talk him into getting another card like the Chase Sapphire Reserve or the Amex Platinum, but no, he was set in his ways, and he's thinking in his head, travel credit card, I need to get an airline card. So he goes with that card. And there's some other benefits, like I said, Chase Sapphire Reserve would have been a better fit for him, or the Amex Platinum would have been a better fit. But that's where he wanted to go. Now that I have a credit card, and I have a few credit cards, when I travel, I use that credit card as much as possible. So when I'm ever in different countries, I like using my card. So I don't have to bring as much cash. And that's a good thing, because when you bring a lot of cash, especially like a situation, I'm going to Carnaval, if I bring a lot of cash on me, you're going to have people pickpocketing and doing all that kind of stuff. I don't want to be that victim. So if I have a little bit of cash on me, but then I have my cards and I'm using my cards whenever I possibly can, that's the way that I like to go. I don't have to pay any foreign transaction fees. So what I usually like to do is bring actual cash and not use the ATM when I'm there. So I'll bring like $300 or $400. And usually if it's a trip that, let's say I'm staying for 5-6 days, $300 is fine. Like I can get away with $300. I might, in certain situations, if I'm having a real good time and I'm spending a lot of money, then I might go over that and then have to go to the ATM and get money out. But for the most part, $300 and then using my credit card, I'm good, because I'm not paying for my hotel. Like I've already paid for that with my credit card. Airfare's already paid for. So it's just pretty much food and activities, and all the activities. If I'm doing an excursion, I'm using my credit card to book that. So it really comes down to food and drink. So, but having that no foreign transaction fee is huge, because you don't have to pay anything extra. Let's see, transfer your points to participating. Okay, so we talked about the whole transfer partner setup, so that's good. They're comparing this to the venture card. Now, that's let's see, 2 times. Okay, then I was talking about this the last live stream. I'm trying to think, what card gets you that 10 times on hotels, and it's the venture card. So now I don't know if they're giving you like the new. I guess they are, because they have this updated January 31st, 2020. That's when they're saying this offer ends. So this is the new card. The new venture card is what I'm looking at, because they give you that they have the new transfer partners too. So it makes that card a little stronger. Okay, so let me get back on topic. So auto rental, this is really huge. You get the primary insurance. So if you rent a car, you get primary insurance, and that doesn't just include if you're in another country. What about if you're out here and you're just renting a car for whatever reason? Use this card, use the Chase Sapphire Preferred, or if you get the Chase Sapphire Reserve, same thing. You get the primary insurance, so that's good. Trip cancellation, trip interruption. You need to read the fine print on all this, because it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to reimburse you. There's certain things you need to look into. I've never used it before, but yeah, you want to read the fine print when it comes to that stuff. The baggage delay insurance, that's good. And you can definitely benefit from that. Okay, so like I said, my overall opinion is, if you're getting a card and if you're new to Travel Rewards, this is probably one of those cards you want. That it would be the first card that I would get. It wasn't the first card that I got, and I'm kind of mad that I didn't go ahead and get, because I was looking at the two. I was looking at the Chase, or the City Premier card, and the Chase Sapphire Reserve, and I said, you know what? I want to go with the City Premier, and I didn't know what was going on as far as travel cards. But yeah, I got the wrong one, because I ended up getting the City card. I got the American Airlines card, and then I get the Chase card because I just wasn't thinking that I wasn't thinking that I wanted that card. So, all right, let's go into the chat now. You guys have questions? Go ahead and put them up here, and we will start from the top and then work our way down. and we'll see what's out here. Let's see. Walker, what's going on? And if you guys are in the chat right now, go ahead, give me a like, please, and that will help me move up. More people will see the video and they can come in. They'll come in right now. Like YouTube will start promoting it more. And I'm like, it's crazy about this whole like, I've had a YouTube channel for a long time, but I never got serious about it until last year. And I started last year. I said, you know what? I'm going to really focus on this YouTube stuff because I enjoy doing it. Like, I enjoy making videos. And when I started out with photography. So I was doing photography I've been doing it for the last 10 years. And so I have the equipment and I know how to compose things and I know how to set the lighting and all that stuff. So I already knew how to do all that stuff. And initially that's what I started the channel on, just photography. That's all it was about. But there's so many different photography channels out there. It's like, it's just so many different ones to choose from. So that's actually, I'd say about 2 years ago is when I started thinking, you know, I can do some more YouTube stuff. Like, I can get a channel going and really focus on certain things. And so that's what I did. But I still was focused. 2 years ago, I was still focusing on photography. And then I started getting into the travel points. And then I started thinking, okay, yeah, this is what I really want to do. I want to show people how to take pictures, like travel photography. But I want to show them how to get there too, not just be there. Because I'll get on, I watch all these guys, these photographers, these travel photographers, and they're in all these remote areas and nice locations. And I'm thinking, how in the heck are they affording to do this? Well, a lot of them, they already have an established channel as a photographer, and they're making pretty good money on YouTube, or just with selling their work, they're making good money. And so they have the opportunity, they have the means, the funds in order to travel. But for the average Joe that wants to travel and do some travel photography, it doesn't always work. It doesn't always work out because it's very expensive to travel. And so that's why I started putting things together and say, you know what, this would be a great channel where we can talk about credit card stuff, we can talk about exploration, going to all these different locations, and we can also talk about photography, like how to take good pictures. Not for people who want to do it professionally, but everyone, when you go to a location, destination, travel, on vacation, we all take pictures. We all do. Whether it's with your phone, with a little point and shoot, with a DSLR, whatever you have, you use to take pictures. And we all do it. And there's certain things when it comes to photography that you can plan for or use in order to make your pictures look good. That's what I'm talking about. All right, and we all get, like, I just had a guy I work with, he was really impressed with the pictures that he took, and he just couldn't wait to show me. And just things like that, like you take a good picture and you're like, oh, look at this. This really explains, really shows what I saw when I was there. And then it's good for memories too. 10 years down the road, you went to China, so 10 years down the road, you're looking at the pictures that you took when you were in China, and it just brings back those memories. And usually when we travel, we usually have a good time, and it just kind of brings that all back when you're able to look at pictures. All right, let's see. Let's get in here. Let's see. Do you sometimes think about booking an Airbnb for some countries whose citizens are financially impoverished? Sometimes do I think about booking an Airbnb for some countries whose citizens are financially impoverished? I don't know if I understand exactly what you're saying. So Walker, if you kind of elaborate just a little bit, maybe I can answer that better for you. I always thought the Carnaval in Trinidad was the biggest. I've always heard and read that. So this is what I've been told, that the largest carnival is in Rio, or I should say in Brazil, and then the second largest is in Barranquilla, Colombia. And I've seen that several places. Like, you click on Google, and usually it'll come up. So that's the information that I've gotten on the topic. But I don't know how they're getting their stats. I don't know what, it's, I'm sure there's a lot of different things that they're looking at to determine, okay, what's the largest? Does that just mean the largest population in one condensed like area, or how do they do that? How many? Yeah, I don't know exactly how it all works. Barranquilla, though, is a very small city, so if you're having 1 million plus people in that densely populated area, maybe that's what they're looking at when they consider it the largest. Whereas if it's a larger city, you might have people that are coming there to go to Carnival, but some people might not even be going to Carnival, but they're still in the city. Let's say if it's 10 million people in the city, then you have another 2 million coming in, or they're counting all those people. I don't know. I don't know exactly how that works. Let's see, Walker, dude. You love the live stream. Okay. Thank you, Walker. I appreciate that. So like I said, hit the like button if you're in here. If you're new to the channel, definitely consider subscribing. Don't even consider, subscribe. It's a good channel. And we do I'm going to do a lot of live streams. I'm really liking this, so we'll be doing a lot so we can get out there and talk. It's funny because like and I was kind of wanting to get on this, but I got sidetracked. When I was talking about YouTube just getting started out and like kind of getting serious about it, I realized that it's more than just putting up videos. And that's initially what I thought it was. And for years and years, like I'm telling you, I've had this account since 2011. I've had this account, and I put a couple of videos out, just left them alone, didn't do anything with it, then put another couple of videos out like 3-4 months after that, and then put another couple of videos out. And it was mainly about like reviews of camera equipment. That's pretty much what I was doing. But I never participated. So people would leave comments, and I remember, and this is bad, but I remember the first video that I put out, or one of the first, was wireless remote. So you have like a DSLR camera. At the time I had a Canon camera, and they have these little wireless remotes, and they're like $6, $7, and all it is like an infrared wireless remote, and you just hook it up. And it's very easy to hook up, but you just hook it. You don't even, I mean, you're not hooking it up, but you just set it up, and then you can just use it, press it to do like if you want to do a selfie or whatever, but you just press it and it'll take the picture. Usually you can put on a timer, so it'll do the timer. So I put that video out. That was one of the first videos I ever put out. And the funny thing is, the video it like went viral. And I remember thinking to myself, and I remember I would get frustrated because I would get all these people asking questions and saying, does it work with this camera? Does it work with that camera? Does it work with this camera? And I'm thinking to myself, why are all these people asking questions? Like, I don't know. I don't get it. Like, I wasn't putting 2 and 2 together. And so that participation end, I wasn't engaging in that. And that was a big problem, right? I have a viral video going, and to this day, that video's over 500,000 views. On a wireless remote, and I still have it on my little thing. I'm not showing my face or anything. It's just me sitting at a table showing you how to use this wireless remote. So that was an opportunity, obviously, and if I would have engaged a little bit more, I probably would have gotten more subscribers back then, because people would be like, oh, okay. But I wasn't engaging at all. Like there are a few comments that I would touch on every once in a while, and but it got to a point where I'm like, what is this all about? So now I realize how much of a social environment is in YouTube. Like, I didn't think of it like that before, but there's a lot of social stuff going on. You put a video up, people comment on the video. They now have premieres, and I do them every once in a while, where you can premiere a video. So let's say I've edited a video and I want to premiere it. So I can premiere it, and you guys are watching at the same time. I'm talking. We can chat back and forth while we're watching watching the video. And then there's live streams. So all this stuff is where you can engage with the audience. So that's what I really like about it now, but I didn't see it in the past. Okay, so let's see. I did Airbnb in Cuba. So, and this is Nika saying this. I like Airbnbs, and this part of the trip, when I go to Carnaval, I won't be staying in Airbnb. And I didn't really like the Airbnbs that I saw, and everything is overpriced. There's because of Carnival, everything is overpriced, and you're paying $50, $60 just for a room, and I don't want to do the whole room thing. If I'm gonna do Airbnb, I want the entire apartment. So entire apartment, 150 and up, and some of them are really ridiculous, and they're probably like right in the area where the Carnival is. So I'm gonna do a hotel, and that I wanted to do Airbnb, but like I said, it's just not. It's overpriced, and it's the first time that I'm in Barranquilla, so I want to make sure I'm in a good, nice area and all that. In the future, if I go back, which I most likely will, I'm ready to go back to Carnival already next year, even though I haven't even done this one. But I just know I'm going to have a lot of fun. So that's already in my head. So next time I can do an Airbnb, but this time I'm not really going to do it. Now, when I go to Medellin, which I'll be going to Medellin on the 6th, March 6th, then I'm going to do an Airbnb. I haven't even booked my Airbnb yet, but I'll do Airbnb because I've been there before. I know the city. I know kind of the good areas, the bad areas, and I want to be more with the locals this time, as opposed to before when I was in El Poblado, which is all tourists. They're not all tourists, but it's a lot of tourists in that area. All right, and Cuba, Nika, that's a place I want to go, but I don't know. I just hear that a lot. It's not. There's certain things that I need. Wi-Fi. I need Wi-Fi, and I know they have internet out there and Wi-Fi, but I just hear different stories. Like, yeah, you're gonna be. It's not as modern. Like when I go, one thing I love about Colombia is very modern. So they have modern stuff there. You have good internet. You have good. Everything is the infrastructure is really good. So that's one thing that I'm really, when it comes to Cuba, that's one thing I'm really concerned about. All right, give her credit. How you doing? That guy did Rio last year, but got sick, so didn't enjoy too much. All right, so that guy, tell me about your whole experience with Carnival. Obviously, you said you got sick, but I want to know just a little bit of like what to expect. And I know Carnival in Barranquilla is very similar to the one in Rio. And how did you get sick? Was it food, or did you just get sick from just being around someone who was sick, or how did that all play out? That's a fear of mine too. Like, I'm sure most of us are the same way, but going to another country and then getting sick. When I went to Thailand, in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, I want to go and eat the street food. You see Anthony Bourdain videos or movie, or what I'm talking. His old show. You see him on there, and he's eating off these trucks and going to the street vendors and all that stuff, and it just looks like fun. But when I got to Thailand, I had to think, like, you know what? No, I'm not. I mean, and this is just my experience, but when you get out there and you start walking around and you realize that this food, I mean, literally, I would go, and I was in Phuket at Putong Beach, right by Bangla Road, and we go to Bangla Road. Bangla Road is like it's like the main thoroughfare for all the bars and nightclubs and all that stuff, and they have restaurants and stuff right there. So every time we'd walk up that street, and it's a long street. It reminds me of if you guys have been to Las Vegas, like downtown. You go downtown, they have the dome. There's no dome on Bangla Road, but it reminds me of that, where everybody's kind of just out in the street, just walking around, very crowded and stuff. Or like a Venice Beach kind of feel. Actually, Venice Beach is probably a better. I don't know if you guys been to Venice Beach, but you just have a bunch of people walking around. And they're, like I said, bars and stuff like that. So you walk and you start seeing all these little vendors, and every day I come out there and I see the same vendors. and the food is like the same. Like I don't know if this is food from a couple days ago or what, but yeah, the food looks pretty much the same. So I didn't get a good vibe about the whole street food. So I didn't eat it. What did it? We ate. I think I ate. There was one street vendor where we ate like some kind of potato cake thing, and that looked okay. I mean, I ate that, and then there was an ice cream vendor that came by, and he made the ice like he had made the ice cream at home, and we got that, and it was just like a block. Like if you think of like a block of butter, but a big block. That's what it looked like, and he just takes it out. Like he has his little freezer, and he just rolls it around. He opens it up, takes it out. He has this big block, takes a knife, just cuts it like in 4 squares, and then gets little long like skewers, sticks the skewers in there. There's your ice cream. It was pretty good though. It wasn't bad. So yeah, that's been my experience. But I'd love to know if you could let us know, that guy, how'd you get sick, and then your experience like in Carnaval. What did you do? All right, Nika, my first travel card. So you're saying, was the Chase Sapphire preferred your first travel card? I guess. I don't know. Let's see. Do get to discover. It's a miles card. I've never been in Discover It. So Walker's talking about get the Discover It miles card. My review will be up this weekend. Gonna send shockwaves. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I've never really looked at that card as like a viable travel card. So when you put that video up, let me know, because I'll definitely check it out. All right. Let's see. Nika, I did Rio, New Year's Eve, and it was epic. Okay. So what was epic about it, Nika? Because there's also like, it's crazy. And we're all not all, but there are a lot of us are in this little shell. Like we live in the U.S. and we're in this little shell, and we think things only happen in the U.S. Like New Year's, like it only happens in the U.S. But I guess New Year's is probably a bad example, because you do see, like, they'll show you videos of New Year's going off in other countries. But in a lot of situations, we just think, oh, you know what? The best things are only in the U.S. So the experiences other places are as good as the experience. Like I'm talking like big events like New Year's and Carnaval. Well, we don't really do Carnaval, but or yeah, we do New Orleans. Yeah. Okay, so what I'm saying is we think that the U.S. is pretty much everything that goes on here is better, and I shouldn't speak for everyone, but I'm just saying kind of the feel that I get, the vibe that I get. But there's some, like Nika's saying, New Year's Eve in Rio. I heard in Colombia, in Cartagena, there's a huge event for the New Year. I know in Los Angeles, there's nothing. We don't do anything in Los Angeles. I mean, there are parties and stuff going on, but we don't have, like, it's not like New York, where there's like the ball drops and all that. LA, there's really nothing. So, and I think in San Francisco they do a little something, but we really don't do anything out here. But I do want to experience that New Year's Eve in another country, because yeah, there's some real big events that go on, and I wanna experience one of those. So we'll have to see. Maybe this year will be the year that I go and experience it. Let's see. World of Walker. What? Actually, our first card was a Citibank American Airlines card. Okay, so Nika's just saying that the Citibank American Airlines card was our first card. Yeah, and it's funny. These Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Citibank. Chase is a bank, but Chase is they've really gone beyond what most of the banks do when it comes to the travel cards. But they always do push their cards. So if you have I have a Wells Fargo account, and they push that all the time. Push me to get this. I think Propel is the card. but I'm not really interested in it. Yeah, I don't really jump into, like, I know what I like, and Chase is what I like right now, so I'm not even really interested. And I want something that has more of a, more the travel partners and stuff like that. That's what I want. And a lot of people think, oh, well, I'll just get this Propel card. It's tied to my account, my bank account, and then that way I can just transfer my money over when I pay my bills and all that. Yeah, I try not to get wrapped into those. But when you're first starting out, I can definitely see it because it's easy. It's the easiest way to go about it. Oh, you need a travel rewards card? Oh, we offer travel rewards cards, and you just think, okay, well, it's with my bank, and then I'll probably get approved because it's with my bank. So a lot of people go that route. Let's see. My first was the Chase Freedom. God, I was stupid back then. So the Chase Freedom, this is Walker saying that. Well, Chase Freedom is a good card, though. It just doesn't give you, you're not able to transfer points, so you'll need to get like a Chase Sapphire Preferred in order to transfer your points to the transfer partners. But it's still a good card. Like I'm downgrading to get that card. I'm downgrading my Chase Sapphire Preferred to get the Freedom card. And just so you guys know, the reason that I'm doing that is I have the Chase Sapphire Reserve. There's no reason to have the Chase Sapphire Preferred because both cards do pretty much the same thing, but the Chase Sapphire Reserve does even more. So that's a good card to have. It's a top tier card. So if you have both, you have both of them. And I got the Chase Sapphire Preferred long time ago, so that's why I still have it. But downgrade that card and get the Chase Freedom. So that's what I want to do. Let's see. Okay. Now I'm the Spirit. Okay, so Walker's just talking about this whole Spirit Airlines. Does anyone else, I'm going to put this out here, Walker. We're going to see. Has anyone else flown on Spirit? And what has been your experience? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Let's put it out there. Because Walker, he swears by Spirit. And, if you think about it, you just want to get there, right? But for me, there are certain things there are certain expectations there are certain things that I expect when I get on a plane. And I don't want to have to go through all the issues of paying for different things here and there, and like not being able just to get on the plane and go. Like when I fly out on this trip, it's going to be on United, or it's actually going to be on Copa, but I'm flying business class, so my luggage, I can go up to 70 pounds, and I don't have to worry about that. In this situation, usually I like to do my just carry on, but in this situation, I am going to actually check a bag. And the main reason, well, there's two reasons why. One is it's free because I have the Explorer card. And two, I want to bring more stuff on this trip, more actually camera stuff on this trip because I'm going to be trying to film of a lot of the Carnaval. So I need to bring tripods. I need to bring some other stuff that I don't normally, like I'll bring a tripod usually, but a little travel tripod. This time I'm going to bring a full-on tripod. This time I'm going to bring a light setup. So I'm doing some different things on this trip because I really want to be able to capture as much as possible. Okay, let's see. Walker, I was stupid too. I've all my cards in years. I closed it. Okay. Yeah, I think God, remember. Okay, got all. It's been a Friday night viewing credit card videos. Yeah, whatever, Walker. I guess we are nerds. But if you're home, it's Friday. Like I said, I usually work. I'd still be at work right now. That's why I'm on here. But I always look at it like this. And when I was younger, yeah, you want to be out. Like I'd feel guilty if I'd feel like a loser if I was sitting at home on Friday. And this is when I'm young. Like I'm talking 18, 19. Like I wanted to be out somewhere in the streets, going to a club or what have you. But when you start getting older, it's like, okay, I'm now going to focus on, and if you like travel, which I'm sure everyone on here is interested, intrigued, or likes to travel. Now I start focusing. Okay, I don't need to go out Friday night, go to a club or go to a bar and spend $100, $200. I can save that money and travel somewhere. So I don't have to go out every Friday. So that's kind of the way that I think about things now. Like there are a lot of things that I don't do anymore because I want to do the big things. I can go to another country and do the club scene and do all that stuff. And I would want to do that because I've already done all this stuff out here. So yeah, we're nerds, but in a good way. We're doing it for a good purpose. All right, let's see. Just got back. Yeah, choice is okay. Free breakfast is nice. Partners with my insurance. The rate our courtyard Hampton style. Okay, so Easy, and I asked Easy kind of, I think he was the first one in the chat earlier, and he was just talking about Choice Hotels. I've never stayed at Choice Hotel before, and it's a smaller chain. I don't even know where they are in other countries. I've never even looked them up, but I'd be interested just to know. And there's certain things like a Choice Hotel, they might give you some real good benefits if you're coming from another hotel chain, maybe a Hilton or Hyatt or what have you, and you have status. You might be able to like move over to them and get like top status, and they'll give you other benefits and stuff like that just to try to pull you in because they are small. So let's see. Nika, going out on Friday nights is overrated. Yeah, I agree with you, Nika. Definitely. Let's see. Easy, haha, got those points though. Let's see. I'll just say I'm in a club with a girl twerking. All right, watching David's credit advice. All right. You guys are funny. Let's see. Are you using the City Premier? It's got an entertainment category. Yes, it does. Now, are they going to keep that Easy? I don't know if they're going to keep that entertainment category. Well, maybe they will. I know they took it off the, or they're going to take it off the Prestige eventually sometime this year. So I think, what is it, 2 points for every dollar spent? So I don't know if they're going to do the same thing with the Premier. Okay. Spirit Airlines MasterCard 2 miles per dollar up in here. Yeah, see, Walker's talking about the Spirit Airlines card. You get 2 points for every dollar spent, and that's on airline purchases. I believe it's airline purchases. So it's not a very strong card. But hey, if it works for you, it works for you. All right. And Walker's talking about subscribing to his channel. So those of you who don't know, World Walker has a, I'm thinking World of Warcraft. World Walker has a channel as well. So you guys should jump over there and check him out. Not right now, after this live stream. But yeah, and I'm, like I said, if you have a channel and you guys are, especially people that have been on here a lot, like Nika, which she has a channel. I don't know if she put her link up last time, but if you guys have a channel, just feel free to put it out there. I don't know if it might block it, but then I can show it later. Mark, how you doing? Let's see, dude. Don't talk crap about Spirit. Yeah, all right, Walker. Just let us know what's good about it. You got to sell it to me. If you can sell Spirit to me, then we're all good. Started using credit cards only after I got 2 separate bank accounts hacked. Yeah. And Nika is just talking about having her bank accounts hacked. That's why she started using credit cards. And she brings up a good point because just think of it this way. And I've had my bank account hacked as well. And it only happened to me once. I had my bank account hacked, and then I have a PayPal. I had my PayPal hacked as well. But the beauty of having a credit card is, or using a credit card and not using your debit card, is that credit card is not tied to your bank account. So if someone does hack your credit card, you're just going to look at your statement and you're going to say, oh, I didn't spend this money. I didn't make these purchases. And then you call your credit card company, you let them know. They'll freeze it, do their investigation, and then they'll just credit it back to your account, or not even really credit it, just take it off your statement. Whereas if it's a bank and they hack your account, which they've done to me, and I think, what did they get me for? Maybe $400 400 or 600. I can't remember, but that money was gone. That money was out of my account. And they contacted me, which was good. The bank contacted me and told me, hey, we think this is fraudulent. And the reason they think it's fraudulent, it was a fluke, and it actually worked out in my benefit because they could have even gotten more from me. But I happened to use my card in Orange County, and then like 2 minutes later, the card was used in LA, like downtown LA somewhere. And so that's what they set up. Yeah, there's no way this card can be used two places like that. And so then they called me, and then I let them know, yeah, no, I didn't do that. But the money was gone. And so when I say the money was gone, the money's out of my account. So if I had bills and stuff that I had that needed to be paid and all that, or that I wrote checks for and that were, they were processing it, that money would have been out of my account. And they have to do their investigation, and once they're done with their investigation, then they credit your account. Now, some banks might work with you in situations like that where they might just front load it, give you the money, do their investigation, and then go that route where once the investigation is done, then it just works out. But I'm just saying that money comes out of your account, and I don't want to be that victim anymore. And if, let's say, they didn't catch it. Let's say they didn't catch it and realize it, and I didn't catch it right away. And like I said, I had bills outstanding that were out there, and I'm thinking I have $600 more than what I actually have. Then those checks would have bounced and everything, and then I would have caught on to it. But by that time, it's already happened. So that Nika brings up a good point. That's why I use my credit cards now. If there's anything that goes wrong, then I can always call my credit card company and have that handled. And I've had, knock on wood, I've had some good luck with just using credit cards. Like, I haven't had anything fraudulent happen to my credit cards. So that's a good thing. And they're on it. The credit card companies are on it. And another thing too, and I don't have to do, like, I don't do this anymore. With the banks, I'll do it. So my bank, when I leave, so on Friday night, probably Friday in the afternoon, you can either get online with Wells Fargo. You can just get online and put in the information that you're going to be out of the country. But if I don't do it online, then you just call and you have to tell them, hey, I'm going to be out of the country from this time to this time, just so they know. Because if I use my ATM card in Colombia and I haven't called them, they'll be calling me, and they could even shut my card down and say, hey, we think there's fraudulent activity. Oh, but I'm in Colombia. Oh, well, you didn't tell us ahead of time. With credit cards, though, it's a little different. Like, I use my card. I don't call at all. I just go and use my card in another country. So I'm in the U.S. one day, and the next day I'm in Colombia, and I'm using my card, and I've never had any issues. One thing I know, like, since all my cards are Chase, the vast majority, or the ones that I'm using are Chase, they can easily track the fact that he bought a plane ticket to Colombia. He booked a hotel in Colombia, and he's in Colombia. So it makes sense to them if they're looking at all of my history. So that's another good thing too. So yeah, I'd never, with my credit cards, I don't know about you guys. Let me know what you guys do. If you guys actually call your credit card companies before you go out of the country, or even if you call your bank companies. Let's see. This was before I was into points. Okay. Okay, so we're talking about hacked cards. Yeah, that stuff happens. It does. Let's see. 25 cards. That's a problem. Do you freeze the ones you sock drawer? And so he's asking a question as far as, do you like freeze cards when you're not using them? Like, let's say you have a card that's just in your drawer. Do you freeze the card? I don't have that many cards. I only have 7. And I have a few that I don't use, and I don't really freeze them or anything. But I think if you have a lot of cards, like Walker has like 25 cards, I don't know. I don't know if he answered that question, but yeah, I would. I don't know what I would do with 25 cards, to be honest with you. I'm just not, my mind doesn't work that way where I can have all these different cards and know how to pay them all. So that's why I don't do it. When you open a new card, do you pair it off? You pair it off with another card, like if you get the gold, would you pair it off with the Chase Freedom? Would I pair it off with the Chase Freedom in case after a year you don't want to renew the gold card? So Mark is asking, like, if you get the gold card, would you, like, and you're saying pair it off, I'm thinking you're saying, like, a backup, get a backup card, I guess. I don't know. Because it doesn't make sense to get the gold and then get the Chase Freedom. Chase Freedom is not going to really give you any benefit other than the cash back. So I would more go with getting a Chase Sapphire Preferred and then getting a Chase Freedom. And those cards complement each other as far as you can transfer the points and all that from the Freedom to the Chase Sapphire Preferred. But if I had the gold and then the Freedom card, they don't really work together. Or they don't work together at all. And then with the Freedom card, you're not really going to have very much power with that card. So that's my opinion on that. Confusing as hell question, bro. Okay. All right, we need to be nice in the chat, all right? Let's see. Chase. Shopping portals can really rake up the points. So that's easy saying that. Shopping portals can really rake up the points. And he is 100% correct. When it comes to shopping portals, they're good. And let me see if I can, I don't want to put all my information here, but I think if I just go to the shopping portal, I can show you exactly what a shopping portal is all about without putting out my account info so you guys can hack my account. Then I'm going to be, no. then my credit card will get hacked. Oh, you know what? I don't even have all my, I don't think I have all my info. Let's see here. Just give me 1 second, guys. I think that's right. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get on, if this will allow me. Yes, I knew it was going to do that. I have another computer that I use. I use this computer just for streaming. So it's going to take me a second here to. I can't call us to get a temporary identification code. I don't want to do that. So since it doesn't recognize it, it is telling me that I have to go through these different steps. Let's see. Temporary identification code. Chase password. Okay. All right, so I need to get this email real quick. So just give me 1 second in order for me to make this happen. So, and this is a good thing. Like it recognizes it's not a computer that I always use. And so now it's telling me, okay, well, if you want to go any further, you need two-factor authentic, whatever they call it, authentication, which I don't see it here yet. So I'm going to try to do this real quick, and if it doesn't work, then we'll just, I'll put it on tomorrow's stream. No, see, yeah, it's not showing. I don't know where that email went. Okay, so that's not going to work. Tomorrow, when I do the live stream tomorrow, we will do, I'll show you what the portals look like, just so you can kind of get an idea. But shopping portals are great because they do, just like Easy's saying, that you can get you can earn a lot of points using the portals. So, yeah, that's weird. I don't know why that didn't even send to me. And usually, let's see. Oh, I have to call in. Okay, yeah, we're not going to do all that. I'm not going to be able to call in. All right, so yeah, tomorrow I'll do a portal. I'll show you guys a portal. That way you can see kind of how that works. For people who don't have a card yet or who never used a portal, because you can have a card and you have to go through a couple of steps in order to get into the portal and use the portal. So just because you have a travel credit card doesn't mean that you use portals. And I don't use portals all the time. And I should be using them a lot more than what I do. And it's just one of those things, I just don't think about it. So it's just an extra step. But like, for example, and I've used this example before, but let's say I need to get something at Staples, Well, what do we normally do, right? We just get in the car and we go to Staples and get whatever we need to get. But let's say it's something that I get all the time. I know what I'm getting. Uh, I can get online, order it online through the portal, and then I'm getting extra points for that. And then just go pick it up in the store. And it's easier too when you go pick it up in the store. It's a lot easier than going to the store and finding it. And when you go pick it up in the store, you just go right to the cashier. I just ordered this. Oh, okay. And they look at it, and you're on your way. All right. So let's see. Let's keep going here. Okay. So now's about the time. Give me a thumbs up on the video just so we can push it up higher, get more people in here, and so we have more people participating. Let's see, where are we? Where are we? I lost our place. Okay. Wow, I'm missing a lot here. I don't know. This thing moves sometimes and it just goes all the way down the chat. And then I have to go back up to find my place. And like I'm looking at all this stuff, I'm like, I've never seen any of this. This is all new. Yeah. But I thought I went over all this. I booked a rental car. Wow, there's a lot of stuff in here that I missed. Now, I don't know if I skipped through all this earlier or, let's see, New York. Okay, Nika. Just got back. Yeah, choice. Okay, yeah, here we go. All right. Okay. All right. Yeah, like I said, guys, be nice in the chat. If someone has a question, they might not know the answer. We can help them out, but there are no stupid questions or anything like that. So make sure you just be nice. I don't want to have to block people. And I haven't had to do that in the past, but I want this to be something where we help each other out. So if it's a question that you already know the answer to, or you think it's why are you asking a question like that? Just keep it to yourself, because that person might not know, and when you're new and you know how it is, and we've all been there. Some of us are there right now, but this whole way of doing things, this travel credit cards and stuff, it's different. Like it doesn't make sense. And there's simple things that you think, well, I don't understand. Why is it like this? Why is it like that? Where you look at it, you're thinking to yourself, why don't I understand this? It might seem simple now because you've gone through the steps and you've done it before. But if you haven't done it before, then it might seem a little, well, what's the difference between a travel portal and transferring? Why would I want to do that? That kind of stuff. So let's be nice to each other. Let's see. Give her credit. Chase Sapphire Preferred is my first card, and I love it. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's like I said, it's for the first card to get, it's the best card, and I recommend it. Anytime anyone asks me about cards, that's the first card that comes to mind to get. Let's see, David, how you doing? Got the Chase Sapphire Preferred in January. Love it. Hit the minimum spin. Pretty easy. Cool. Welcome to the club, Walker. I love the Chase Sapphire Preferred. We enjoy it too, man. Give her credit. Give her credit. Okay. Let's see. Amazon. Okay. Yeah, it looks like I said. When you're traveling, you go to the city to really see it and catch a basketball game in Chicago. Philadelphia would be Silver Sixers. Okay, so you guys are talking about basketball. I don't know why you're talking about basketball, Mark. Stranger danger. Okay. So if you have specific questions for me, you can just, note that it's specifically to me. Just so I can kind of breeze through some of these questions, or not questions, but some of the statements that you guys are making to each other. So I have a little Canon wireless remote, and I have a Bluetooth on my Galaxy Note 8. Yeah, That's give her credit, just talking about her little wireless remote. Yeah, it's funny, but yeah, that video to this day, it just went viral. I don't know what was going on, and to this day, I don't know. It just shows you that you can put out some stuff and people really like it, even though you think, oh, well, this is like a cheesy video. But yeah, crazy. Let's see. I'm more on the hotel.com guy instead of Airbnb. Okay, so Easy's talking about he's more of the hotels.com person as opposed to booking Airbnb. I have a good story for you tomorrow, and like I said, I need to set all this up. I need to what's the word? Like compile my notes and just debrief or whatever you want to call it, because I had some issues with hotels.com, and I'm going to explain to you what those issues are tomorrow. So yeah, I'm not very happy with them right now. I don't use them very often, but in this situation I thought, it'd be a good opportunity to go ahead and use hotels.com, and yeah, they upset me. All right. Right now I'm in Costa Rica. All right, cool. That guy's in Costa Rica right now, resort. Neurovirus outbreak. I caught it since arrival. Wow. Okay, that's crazy. So that neurovirus, did you catch it are you at a big hotel? Did everybody catch it in there or what? 10 feet in the bathrooms. Got wedding gig tomorrow, and it's not looking good. Oh wow, that's crazy. So that guy, and I think you shoot video, right? You're a videographer, I think, if I remember correctly. But I guess he has neurovirus, and he's in Costa Rica right now, going to shoot a wedding. That's a nightmare. That's a night. Hope that works out, man, because that's. Ooh, I shoot. I'm a photographer, so I'll do weddings too, and that's one of my biggest fears: getting sick before a wedding, getting sick at a wedding, and just not being able to shoot the wedding. Oh man, that's crazy. Okay. Let's see. The best McDonald's are definitely not in the U.S. We have some crappy stuff here in comparison. Oh, so you got, let's see, where are we talking about? McDonald's. Did he say he got sick at McDonald's? I don't know if I caught that. All right, let's get forward. I'm in Atlanta. They don't do, let's see, Ohio here. Nothing goes. Okay, so some of these I'm skipping through because it's not pertaining to like what we're talking about. You guys are talking back and forth with each other. So I just want you to know, like, if I'm skipping your thing, oh, you didn't say what I wrote, because you guys are talking about each other, or to each other, I should say. Okay. Street food is never a problem in the Philippines. I grew up eating street food, and it's the best. I have high fever and couldn't stay out long because of the crowds and the heat. So that guy's just talking about street food in the Philippines is good. Yeah, I had every intention to eat street food when I was in Thailand. Once I got there, I got a little nervous and scared, and I didn't want to get sick. Uh, that would have been a disaster. Let's see. So, and I'm pretty, I like to experiment, but I just wasn't feeling it. Like, when I go to certain countries, I want to eat what they eat. But in this situation, yeah, it didn't work. McDonald's in Munich had the best food. The McCafe is actually a cafe with amazing lattes. You know what's funny? I never go to McDonald's when I'm in other countries. I've never been to a McDonald's. Maybe I should do that. And I know, I don't go to the McDonald's, but when you look in the window, you see all the different, they show you the different pictures of the food and stuff. And they'll have traditional burgers, but they'll also have something else, like a different little, a different type of burger or meal and stuff like that. So I'll probably will start just doing a McDonald's I'm going to Colombia now. I'll probably go to McDonald's just to see what the difference is. It's funny, when I was in Costa Rica last year, went to Costa Rica and I went to, they had a Popeyes chicken. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with Popeyes chicken. I think they're in a lot, they're probably in most states. I'm not sure. But yeah, Popeyes chicken is a pretty small chain. It's not like a KFC. KFCs are everywhere, and you go out of country, they're there. But Popeyes is a little different. So we went to a Popeyes in Costa Rica. One thing about Costa Rica, though, is Costa Rica has a wide variety of American food. Like, they have Applebee's, and they have they're very Americanized, and there are a lot of expats that live out there. So they cater to that. But yeah, they had a Popeyes, and we went there and ate, and it was okay, but it wasn't like the Popeyes that's out here. They use different ingredients or something. The chicken was okay, but then like the biscuits and stuff, no, it wasn't. It wasn't anything close to what we have here. In a bad way, like what we have here, I think tastes better. Okay, that guy, Brazilian McDonald's also have really fresh steak burgers, fries, nuggets, all taste the same. Yeah, so I will experience that McDonald's in other countries. Maybe I'll do a video about that, like McDonald's in other countries. So at least do that once. And not even in other countries. Like I go to Kauai every other year, and one thing that I love about one thing that I love at McDonald's when I go to Kauai, and they don't always have it, it's kind of a seasonal thing, but they have these taro apple pie, or not apple pies, a taro pie. So it's like the apple pies, the traditional apple pies you have in McDonald's, but it's the taro root, and taro's like it's what they make poi with, but obviously they put sugar and stuff in the taro pie. But those things are really good. I had them every time I go. I like, hopefully they don't have them all the time. Like I said, it's seasonal. But every time I go, I crave those, and I'm always looking for them. And when you're in Kauai, there might be 2, maybe 3 McDonald's on the island itself. It's a very small island, so if they don't have it at one, usually they'll have it at all 3 if they have. I'm saying 3. I don't even know if there's 3. I just know there's one near where we stay generally, and there's these taro pies. So if you're ever in Kauai, or if you're ever in Hawaii, then it might be just Hawaii, period. And you go to McDonald's, look into getting one of those taro pies, and you'll be satisfied. If you like apple pies, then you're gonna love these taro pies. They're good. Okay, let's see. CBG, it's not too bad, of course. Okay, France, McDonald's too. Okay, so I'm trying to get through all these and then talk a little bit about the Carnaval. I haven't tried France McDonald's. Enjoy the crepes too much. Yeah. So is that what some of you guys do? You go to McDonald's at all these different countries? That's what our discussion is right now. Other countries do higher standards. Wow, yeah. Yeah, we're too complicit here. Let's see, I'm living strict low carb lifestyle. I can eat anything you guys are can't eat anything you guys are talking about. How is that low carb working for you though? I mean, does it work? Give her credit just talking about she's in strict low carb. And are you doing that long term, or are you just doing it for a period of time and then you go and then go back and eat different foods? I don't know. Like, I don't know. I couldn't just cut out all my carbs for a long period of time. That would be crazy. We accept broken ice cream machines and paying for guacamole. Yeah, what's funny? Easy just talking about guacamole. You go to other countries, and avocados, guacamole, a lot of that's, and guacamole not so much. Like avocados, I see a lot. Like if you go to Colombia, most of your dishes, like if you're getting a traditional Colombian dish, bandeja paisa is one of the big, like that. That's like a real traditional meal. They always put avocado, like half of an avocado on the plate. Where in the States, like a half of avocado, they'll charge you like $3 for it. But there, yeah, they do a lot of that. So it's funny that Easy's talking about that. Like we pay for stuff that is kind of it's the expectation in other countries. And when I went to Costa Rica, they had hold on one second. When I went to Costa Rica, we went and we had there was like a farmer's market, and it's funny because we went to this farmer's market, and I kid you not, the best avocado I've ever had in my life was in Costa Rica, standing on the side of the street. Bought this avocado, put a little salt on it, and it was the best thing. Like it was amazing. And I'm not really the person the kind of person that just eats avocado. Not with that, like I like guacamole where you mix it all up, but I don't just eat like an avocado. But I ate that avocado, and it was good, very good. And we're just like I said, we're standing on the side of the street eating avocado, throwing the peels, because they gave us a whole avocado, like we're peeling it and then throwing the peels out for the birds to eat. But yeah, that was really good avocado. All right, it's just most of us in America aren't verse to what's outside in America, other than the movies portrayed, making it look like everyone else outside is in the third world. Yeah, that guy. Okay, you raise a really good topic. So, as far as what we know in America and what we see about other countries. And this is a real good topic, and I guess I can kind of spin this off to the whole Carnival thing and everything. Uh, I can't remember. There's a discussion group that I'm a part of, and we talk a lot about travel. But it's like it's kind of our little private thing that we do, communicate back and forth. But we were talking about that as far as I think what were we talking? And I don't even know the stats when it comes to this, but there are a lot of people that don't have passports, right? There are a lot of citizens in the U.S. that don't have a passport and don't travel outside of the country, and some people will try to keep you from traveling, or question, why are you going here? Why are you going there? And it's unsafe. And I saw it on the news. And why are you going to Carnival? Like, why can't you do something here? And so I think, it's a good topic. The fact that you have a lot of Americans that are comfortable in the U.S. and they don't want to branch out and go to all these different countries, and they kind of envy you for doing it. And it's like a weird thing, and I see it. But you have people that they don't get it, and they don't like the fact that you're doing it. And it's kind of sad when you think about it. And like I tell people, and I'll post on Facebook every once in a while. Well, I do post on Facebook when I leave. So when I'm going somewhere, I usually post on Facebook that I always put the journey continues, and so I'll put that on there and have like a picture of an airplane wing or something like that. And these people are like, "Where are you going now? And do you have a job?" And stuff like that, like being the way people are, like, how can you afford all this? And just all these different questions and stuff that people pose. And some people are like, why are you doing it? Why are you traveling? Like, why would you go by yourself? Like, I've gone on trips by myself before. This happens to be one. I mean, I'm meeting up with people there, but I'm going by myself. Like, it's not like a trip where me and a buddy of mine are, we're leaving together and all that. No, I'll meet up with some people there, but I'm not going with anyone specifically. So you have all these people that have these questions, and a lot of these people have never left the country, and a lot of these people are afraid to leave the country. So I just think it's kind of a sad thing, and I do notice it. And you have a lot of people in the U.S. that they don't know about these other countries, and what they see on TV is what they know about these countries, and so they judge these countries based on that, which is really sad. Get out there, experience it on your own. Go to these different countries. Colombia is not Narcos. If you're watching Netflix and you see Narcos, that's not Colombia. It's not Colombia anymore, let's just say it that way. So go there and then you can get your own opinion about what Colombia is about. So and I went through this just recently because I'm going to Carnaval and I'm going out there to Colombia, and you have these people all the time. You tell them, and they have the stupid comments about narcos and stuff like that, thinking that's what it's all about, and but it's nothing like that. It isn't. And to be honest with you, when you go, like if you go to Colombia, you're gonna see the nicest people, family-oriented people that will help a stranger. We don't help strangers in the U.S. Not very much. I mean, I don't see it very often. So the whole thing is completely different than what a lot of people think. And maybe it's just a way to keep people close, like your family members, your friends and stuff like that. They want to keep you close. Or it makes them think about themselves. Like if you're traveling all the time, then they're thinking, well, dang, why am I not traveling all the time? So if they can keep you from traveling all the time by kind of saying, well, why are you going here? Why are you doing that? Or why would you want to do that? Well, maybe it makes them feel better about themselves because they're not out there. Because I think there are a lot of people out there that like to travel or that would like to travel, but they make excuses on why they can't travel. I have kids. I have this. I don't have enough money. And we're showing you here, credit cards can get you there. Travel reward credit cards can get you there. Oh, well, I don't like using credit cards. Okay, so people will make excuses on why they can't do things. But then when you jump out and you start doing things, and they're like, oh, trying to keep you here. All right, so let's see. Yeah, agreed. Hi, David. Never flown on Spirit and never want to. They charge for everything. Yeah. Let's see. Brazilian food. Burgers with no buns, just wrapped in lettuce. It's amazing. Okay, I'm going to skip through a lot of these just to try to get to the end and then talk a little bit about Carnaval. So if anyone's been to Carnaval, like I said, I know who said that they went to Carnaval? I can't remember now. Let's see, every purchase. I have a new channel. Give her credit. You have a channel? Okay. Post us a link. And if you guys have problems posting a link, I don't know how that works like on your end. So if you post a link, what does it say? Will it not allow it or what? But yeah, feel free to post a link in the chat, and I will check out your channel as well. I love checking out people's channels, especially when it's travel related, just to see. And it's I don't know, like I said, it's a community for me now. And it's just kind of like Facebook, and you know how Facebook goes. You see someone, oh, I knew that person, and then the first thing you want to do is get on their page and see what they've been doing and all that. So it's just I'm the same way, even though I don't know different people. I think I have a little subscriber base now, and I want to be able to help other people out, and they might have a bigger subscriber base than me or what have you, but I think we should be helping each other out, especially when it comes to the travel stuff, because it's not a lot of people. I was just talking to my boss today about travel. Like, I like to travel. I like going here. I like going there, and she was like, "Oh yeah, but it's really expensive." And I was like, "No, it's not." And I said it just like that. "No, it's not." And she's looking at me like, "No, it's expensive. I just I just went here. I just went there." And I said, "It's not if you do it the right way. And if you commit to like using credit cards and getting points and stuff like that, you can do unbelievable travel first class, business class. You can do all that and you don't need that much money to do it." Let's see. American organic food, especially meats, have nothing to keep up with everyone else's supply. Most of the meats and eggs and vegetables are fresh off the farm to the table, nor hormone grass food. Yeah, so that guy's just talking about like the quality of food. And so you're saying organic, especially meats, and nothing keeps up to everyone else's. Yeah, I know. This is what I do notice when I'm in other countries when it comes to just the quality of food. Generally, and I'm not talking about like meats and stuff, but I'm talking more about the vegetables and stuff like that. And like the avocados, like I was saying, that stuff, yeah, it's coming straight from a farm. And it's all fresh and it's good stuff. It's not stuff that's been sitting at the neighborhood Walmart or the Vons or whatever grocery store. This stuff is right from the farm. Like they're bringing it right from the farm. And usually when I'm getting this food, I'm getting it at like a farmer's market or like street vendors. So yeah, it's good. And like pineapples and just all that fruit, like it's really, really good. Let's see, what do you think about the Marriott Bonvoy business card as a keeper card? Seems like a better deal than the other cards. You know that Bonvoy card? Okay, what I'll do is I'll put that one on tomorrow, the business card. I haven't talked about that one. I talked about the Bonvoy um, Brilliant card, and I talked about the Boundless card. But tomorrow that will be like the card that I talk about up front when we start the live stream, and then I'll get into some other stuff as well. Like I said, I want to talk about kind of my whole process of getting to Colombia. Give her credit. It's so hard to find healthy food. Wish there were more restaurants, fast food that with healthy options, especially for us modified keto folks. Okay. Um, and let's give her credit just talking about it's hard to find more like quality, healthy food, especially when it comes to like fast food. Yeah, and I would agree with you. It is. It's very hard. Not that I eat healthy all the time, which I very rarely do. But if I were to want to eat healthy, yeah, it is hard, especially in the fast food market. All right, I love these live streams. You're the best. All right, thank you, David. I appreciate that. Hit the like button, guys, so we can get more people in the chat. Let's see. Chase app, travel notifications before I leave the country. Pretty easy, but I'm sure it isn't needed. But does come in handy. Travel notifications. So Dave's talking about travel notifications. So the Chase app, travel notifications. I don't know anything about that. I don't think I've never used that actually. Um, so enlighten us on the whole travel notifications because I have the app, but maybe I don't have that set up on my app. Yeah, healthy food is expensive food that makes it harder to stay healthy. $1 bottle of water versus 50-cent soda. Uh, yeah, okay. You guys are going on a health food stuff, but that's good. Just talking about healthy food and stuff, and that's very true. That guy, as far as like you can buy soda for 50 cents, but water costs twice that much, and it's water. Yeah. Okay. Does anybody else, I guess, use platinum credit? Not showing up in Uber. Oh, so David's asking, does anyone else have issues with the Amex Platinum showing up on Uber and Uber Eats app anymore? Okay. So does anyone have any issues with that? Um, with the credit showing up for the Amex Platinum when you use Uber or Uber Eats. I'm trying to decipher what you wrote, David, because it doesn't make sense. Okay. Let's see, Walker. Let's start a flight. Let's start a fight. No, we don't want to start any fights, Walker. All right. I think hot dogs aren't a sandwich. Platinum credit shows up every first of the month. So that guy's just saying that his platinum is showing that credit for Uber. And let's see, the Bonvoy business is a keeper for me, even when the increasing annual fee hits. Gas stations accept. Okay, and we're like I said, we'll talk about the Bonvoy business tomorrow. But Michael's saying that the card works for him. Let's see. Gotta take. Okay, all right, Walker. Have a good one. Good night. That guy, good night. Have a good one, man. Gotta call it for a night, gentlemen. Okay, give her credit. Thank you for stopping by. Chase is overrated. Yeah, I disagree, but you're entitled to your opinion, David. Give her credit. Let's see. All right, so we're almost at the bottom here, and let's see, try Hampton Inn or Fairfield Springs. Choice. Okay, so we've gone through pretty much everything. Now I just want to open up this last little part here. We'll open up the screen up. That's me. And we will put on Carnaval. Okay, so why am I going to Carnaval? What do I expect to get out of Carnaval? I need to do more research too. This whole week I need to do some research just about Carnaval in Barranquilla because I don't have any real experience going to any Carnaval. So it's going to be good for me to know like certain things, have certain expectations. I know each day they do certain things. They'll have a theme each day. The first day is March 2nd. That's going to be Saturday. That's when I'm going to go out and probably get, well, I will be getting footage, but so it's just a huge event. Mark Anthony's supposed to be there. A variety of different entertainers will be there doing concerts. So I'm very excited about it, and I'm just showing you the website here. This is kind of the official website of Carnaval. But yeah, this is going to be a real good time. And so let me just tell you what my plans are, because that's what I really wanted to talk about. So my plans when it comes to Carnaval, I have 3 cameras that I'm taking. So I'll be taking 3 cameras with me. One mainly for photography. I have the Sony A7R III. That'll be mainly my photography camera, but I will shoot some video with that as well. I have the little Osmo Pocket, which I don't have it to show you. So if you guys don't know about this little Osmo Pocket, if you travel a lot, the Osmo Pocket is the perfect camera for people who travel. Mainly for video though. I mean, it's made for video, but if you want to get video footage when you travel, you need to get this Osmo Pocket because it's small, so it fits in your pocket, and that's why it's called Osmo Pocket. It fits in your pocket, and you can just pull it out, turn it on. It has a little gimbal on it, so it will, kind of move around. And now I'm talking about it, I got to show it to you because it doesn't do it justice for me just to talk about it. So let me give me 1 second. I'm gonna go over there and grab it, and I'll bring it back. Okay. All right. I am back. And I realize you guys can't really even see me. so far away. All right. So this is the Osmo Pocket. And this thing, I'm telling you, for travel, this is an amazing piece of equipment because you see how small it is. And this is for video mainly. So if I'm traveling, and I have it has another little case that goes on it if you want to use that. I just use this because it kind of holds the gimbal in place, and it's a little smaller, so I can just put it in my shirt pocket if I want to do that. But let me just show you how this thing works because this is revolutionary. So, and I did a video. There's a video on my channel, so if you guys want to check the video out, you can check it out, and it'll give you a little bit more information about this. But I just turn it on, and it's a little gimbal, and this is the little camera right here. So I can walk around. The best part about this thing, and the reason why I think it's great for travel, and it does have a screen on the back too, just so you can see. So there's a screen on the back where I can see everything that's going on. If I want to flip the camera around, hit the button 3 times, it flips the camera around, and now it's like a selfie, so I can I can do selfies and talk and all that. There's a mic right here on the front, and then there's a mic on the bottom. And it has other little things that you can hook up to it. But what I really like about this thing is the fact that it's small, and the fact that it doesn't really look like a camera. So if you're in a foreign country, certain countries where you might not want to pull out a big camera to get video footage, or you might not want to use your phone to get video footage, you can just walk around with this little thing. People don't even notice it. Like, I can go walk into a restaurant, people don't even notice that I'm holding a camera. And the fact that it's on a gimbal, you don't have to hold it up. You can just hold it down, you know, chest high, and walk, and it's gonna give you a steady shot because it's a gimbal, so it moves around. So if I'm shaking, it's still gonna give me a relatively steady shot. So it'll give me a shot that's good enough that I can use. And I know if some of you guys have shot video before, or use your phone to get video, and you notice when you look at the video after you shot it, it's all like shaky and moving. It gets to the point where it's not easy to watch. So this has a little gimbal. Just walk anywhere you want to go with it. It's definitely something you should consider. And it does take pictures. However, it's like 12 megapixel picture, so it's not that great when it comes to pictures. But if I wouldn't use it for pictures. And if I'm in a situation where I really need to get a shot, I'd use my phone. What I'm saying, I would use my camera in order to get the epic shots. But let's just say you're out, you have this, because when I travel, when I go to Colombia, there are going to be times where I'm just going to have this, and that's it. I'm not going to have anything else. I'm not going to have my big camera. So I want to shoot video. Let's say I'm going out for the day and I know I want to just shoot some video. Then I'll have this and that, and that's the only thing that I'll bring with me. So I'll pull out my phone and use that. But yeah, it's definitely a benefit to have one of these little things. And I will do, in the future, I'll do a live stream. Probably one of my live streams when I'm in Colombia will be of this, because then I can give you really a full review of it, because I took it to Las Vegas, but I haven't taken it out of the country, and I haven't used it for an extensive period of time. So I can't really give you like a real review of it on the street. So once I have it out there, then I can give you a better idea of how good it is and how compact it is, and is it good for travel. Like the way that I'm thinking in my head, yeah, this thing is perfect for travel. But when I'm actually traveling, how good is it? We'll find out. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. All right. So yeah, my plan with going to Colombia and going to Carnaval is to get as much video as possible, and then I'm going to be putting out some different videos when it comes to the Carnaval. So Carnaval for the first 4 days, and then I will be going to Medellin. When I go to Medellin, I'm still going to be shooting some video. Ultimately, I want to start doing like more serious videos. When I say more serious videos, I mean more of a documentary style video of locals, people, how they live, what they do, how much money they make, how much it costs to live in Colombia. Talk to some of the expats, so the Americans that have moved out there, people from other countries that have moved to Colombia, how they're living, that kind of stuff. That's ultimately what I want to do. Now, I'm not going to be able to, I probably won't be able to do the majority of that on this trip, because I don't have that much time. But in the future, I'll be doing more of that. So that's kind of my plan. So that's where I'm going with that. So that's kind of what I want to do with Carnaval and with just being in Colombia. And so I'm hoping that you guys will be able to join, watch some of the videos that I put out, and I'll let you guys know. I'll do, like I said, I want to continue doing the live streams. So I'll try to do some live streams or I will do some live streams out there. Now, the quality, I'm hoping that I'm able to get some pretty decent quality internet. That's the only thing that I don't know about, so I can't really speak on exactly how that's going to work. So that's the plan, and I'll put out a live stream and say, hey, check out my channel later on. There'll be a video out about Carnaval, and all that good stuff. All right, so you guys had a few things in the chat. I don't know if you guys are fighting or what's going on, but let's see. Let's see. Good living, no, yeah, always stress, don't want that life. Okay. So a lot of this stuff, if you guys are saying bad words or not, it's just gonna block them. So just be aware of that. And if you keep saying bad words, then I will have to block you, and I don't want to have to do that. I still bring my original Ronin for big cameras. So that guy, wow, that Ronin, yeah. But you're doing it professionally, and you're doing it for weddings, so I get it. This Osmo Pocket's not gonna work for a wedding. You show up at a wedding with this thing, and I mean, honestly, I would probably. I don't shoot video, but you could still use not for anything epic or anything like that, but maybe getting some close-ups of the ring, or just kind of getting a shot where you only have a certain amount of space, so you can kind of fit this in there and get a little shot. I think it would work well, and it has decent like on it, so you can use that and color grade it yourself. I don't know. I think it could work. But I definitely wouldn't be. You want to have the big equipment. It's the same thing with photography. Like I shot Canon for 8 years, and had the big Canon DSLR. The 5D Mark III was the last one that I had, and I like the fact that it was a bigger camera, and you get the 70-200 lens on there now. It's really big. And so it looks professional, right? You go to a wedding, they think, yeah, this is what a professional camera looks like. So I was very apprehensive about getting the Sony. I got the Sony A7R III. I was very apprehensive about getting that camera, even though the quality was far superior than the Canon 5D that I had. But it's smaller. And so I was thinking, well, are people going to look at me and think I don't know what I'm doing because I have a small camera, which is not the way I should be thinking, I guess. But that's just kind of one of the things that came across that's one of the things I thought about. But then so I was watching Sony back in the day, but once Sony started putting out some nicer lenses, like bigger lenses, then I got their 70-200, and the cameras are pretty much the same. Like the lens is the same. It's the same size. It's actually heavier than the old lens that I have for the Canon. So, all right, let's breeze through these, and then we're gonna go for the night. And then, like I said, I'll be on tomorrow, and I'll have more of a setup so you guys can see exactly how I got to Colombia, how much I spent, and all that. Do you have any Amex Gold to pair with the Platinum? That guy. Okay, so you guys are talking about the Amex Gold and the Amex Platinum. David, you're looking for residential, commercial, resale investments. I am back, guys. Yeah, I have a personal gold and platinum. Yeah, and that's a good combo. That guy's just talking about, he has the Amex Gold and the Amex Platinum. That's a good combination. Okay, you're right. My bad, bro. Thank you. You sub, World Walker. Okay, Walker got a sub. Good for you. Give me subs, guys. So make sure you hit the thumbs up and do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Let's see. Your guy weddings, but that gets eyes booked many times. Let's see. What are we saying? Yeah, I use to run around with a steady cam. Vesto on, people call me Robo Guy. The weddings. Okay, he's just talking about running around with his steady cam. I bought one of the. I don't know if you know that guy, but I did do some videography way back in the day, and I had I bought one of those steady cams, not like a gimbal, but like the actual steady cams, and that thing was so hard for me to use. I didn't get it. Like I had it and I used it, tried to use it a couple of times, and it just didn't work. Didn't figure it out. I couldn't balance it right. Let's see. All right. World of Walker. Who are you asking how old they are? David's 21. Okay. Okay. All right, guys. I am going to take off now. I just wanted to come on and do like an impromptu stream. It's not a. I don't ever do them on Fridays. Like I said, I'm usually working. I'd be getting off at about this time on a normal work day. So I will be on tomorrow. So I'll be on Saturday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'll have it set up for you guys so we can talk about how I'm getting to Carnaval, like how I got there using points and all that. And then what else did I say? We're going to talk about the Bonvoy business card. We'll go over the benefits of that card. And all right, that's all I have for you guys. Please subscribe for more, and please hit the like button. And that's it. That's all I have for you guys. Talk to you later.